Dekutambulaka kuruka diwanji mea wanjenji kanzire woy gonzire wanji. Roses are red violets are blue, that's why I found you. My love for you is true, I'd rather be blind than see life without you. I love you.
He said, would you marry me? Would you marry me, girl? Would you marry me? Would you marry me, girl? Hey, yeah. He said, making out the one. Oh, making out. He said, making out the line. Everything that you ever shall want. ukatale meme, uye kumbole tu, ukatale meme.
Shamaria Zimbabwe Nanyaka the Baula Mebukirizo Amarizo Kwati Yekalipo Chimani Wasakana Ambazo Hakan Magaya Bando John Fulige Pochipuku John Fulige Fukla Nefungo John Fulige Palapalo Haivege Twe Hama Nadoma Kapula Rashe Hama Palituno Show Data Kikiba Data Pitima Data Shishima Aminado Diyo John Fulige Mati Okorera Ihaku Kikibane Ngoera Shino Shoshorera Enjombiri No Washorora Shima Yoshonana Shetu Shokombaye Shetu Shokolange Gatulongo Kawe Nande Ukare Wipchakidira Mami Toma Nengaro Diktosa Itadi Matukawe Shapani Tidwa Koma Totongwe Itadi Matukawe Paifondaro Kurongo Kawe Utlazo Tunaye Andi Pikine Galogan Hadi Kumuje Kontimaye Andi Adishimane Mutale Nadonda Nakanaye Ino Chonda Soloye Sawa Kumuge Kontimaye Ome Homo Matale Yeah Disho Maika Tebuche Habobi Avocatopi Oyara Tata Ningo Oshimo Kiku Waitonga Anundisha Baby Ondahara Mahai Akitu Boda Planet Makengaro Kontina Aminado Diyo Tunaye Andi Pikine Galogan Hadi Kumuje Kontimaye Andi Adishimane Mutale Nadonda Nakanaye Ino Chonda Soloye Sawa Kumuge Kontimaye Ome Homo Matale Aminado Diyo Tunaye Andi Pikine Galogan Hadi Kumuje Kontimaye Andi Adishimane Mutale Nadonda
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Content. In studio with me today, I have the beautiful Miss Alexis, that is Miss Namibia, and of course our special guest co-host, Ashriff. Yeah, guys, how are you?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you for having me, firstly.
You're welcome.
I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you, guys. No, I'm really excited to be here as well. I think today is my last day here.
Yes, it's true.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And I get to go live with both of you guys?
You're lucky, hey? Very fortunate. Cool. So for those of you that are tuned in, thank you so much for being loyal. We already have 2 comments. Stephanus says, "Our shakes," and Miss Alexis. Stephanus, thank you for your consistency. You're here every weekend. every week.
Oh, my
Esther
word.
Mitch, welcome back. I haven't seen you on our comments in a while. She says, "Good day. I see you all are sweating there. It is hot." Is it hot? Yes, it's
so hot.
extremely hot. I'm melting literally as I'm sitting here. I hope this interview, and I know I shouldn't say that, but I hope it goes by fast, because otherwise there might be a little bit of a sweat stench, and I do not want that.
Yeah, no. We don't want to be stinky.
But yeah, it's hot here, Estemish. Send the code. Let's exchange, please. I would appreciate it. I love winter. Anyways, yeah, so in today's episode, we have, as you guys see, Miss Namibia here, as well as Mercedez and Deyonce from the Diversity Alliance Namibia, and they'll also come and have a chat with us later, so stay tuned for that. We were listening to Telela by Sally previously, and yeah, we're going to jump right into it. Now that
Yes.
all the formalities are out of the way, Alexis, please introduce yourself. Tell us who
Okay.
you are, where you come from, and who is Alexis.
Oh, my word. Where do I start? That question is so broad. Firstly, my name is Alexis Amber Swart, for those who don't know already. I am your Miss Teen 2021, currently still reigning until June, July. And then I will be competing internationally, representing Namibia.
Wow.
So, big things coming, guys. Big things. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So, that was one of my questions. For how long are you still going to be running, and when did your reign actually start?
So I believe I was crowned around June the 5th, if I stand corrected.
2021.
Yes, 2021. So my reign should be ending June, July.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So about 4 or 5 months still
Okay.
to make an impact. So
It sounds like you have big things coming.
I do. Lots in the works, guys.
Great. We're gonna dive right into them then.
Awesome.
Before we get into what's coming, I want to know, how's your journey as Miss Teen Namibia 2021 been? What have you been up to, and what can we still expect from you?
Sure. So there's a lot coming, and there's a lot that's happened. Firstly, when I won, I didn't realize that my life was going to change this much. A lot has been happening. A lot has been going on. I have a lot of things planned. That will still be in the works, such as school tours. I really want to go to schools and visit schools. So stay tuned. I might be visiting some of your schools.
Nice.
Basically going to talk about confidence, because I'm a huge advocate for confidence, especially with the youth. You know how teens can be very insecure and self-critical, and especially that preteen awkward age that they enter where so I really want to go and talk to them about being authentic and kind of like just, trusting themselves. So that's basically what's coming up. And then I will be hosting confidence workshops as well, which was a huge passion project of mine when I had first won. So yeah.
Nice. What do you mean first one? Like just when you start?
Yes, when I won. Initially, I always said from the get-go that once I'm crowned, that is something that I would really want to work towards. I didn't know how, but now, getting everything in line. It's basically been a lot of prep for the international competition.
Of course.
So it's been a little bit hectic with me, but now that I have more free time, that's something I'm focusing on. So you guys can stay tuned for that.
The international pageant.
Yes.
I think that's something quite exciting.
It's a lot of work, but it's exciting. I'm quite excited.
Okay.
Okay.
So that will be Miss Teen World.
No. That's Miss Teen International.
International.
Yes, international.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of prep work, so how are you preparing for it?
Oh my word.
Do you have a team locally, internationally? What's up?
Yes. So I have a whole team. I have my wonderful director, Connie Moritz. I have a life coach, which is Dr. Esperance. She's amazing.
Wow.
Yes, I have the lovely Odile, which has also been helping me tremendously. I have Reggie Films, which has also been helping me with my videography. And it's a whole team, guys. It's a whole system. It takes a lot. And I don't know what I would do without these people, because they've been in each way, they've been helped me tremendously. Yeah. And of course my mom as well. It's new to her, so it's been a huge help.
I can imagine. And what actually goes into the prep work? Like, what do you need to do to actually be at a point where you're like, okay, I'm ready to go?
I'm ready to go. So obviously I need to walk. I need to learn how to walk. Firstly, there's such a big difference between runway walking, because you're selling a product, versus pageant walking where you're actually selling yourself. So I can't walk on stage and look like a baby calf that's just been born. So it's quite, it's a mission. So the walking, public speaking, which Dr. Esperance has been instrumental in helping me. I was not a good public speaker, and I feel way more confident in trusting my gut.
Look at you now.
Yes, I love it, guys. This is my element. I'm so in my element right now. I'm loving this.
It's beautiful to see.
Thank you.
I was about to say, you know what? I love that you're talking, and you're actually talking a lot, because you're making my work so much more easier.
I'm glad.
Great.
Yes.
So you've been extremely busy.
Very.
And we actually have a question coming for you already. This is from Stefanis. He asks, Miss Alexis, what's next for you after you reign as Miss Teen?
Wow. Guys, there's a lot going on, because while I am in the reign, I'm also a student. So I'm studying as well. Yes. And then I've got my makeup on the side because I freelance. So I've been really busy. But hopefully for now, the goal is to finish my studies and hopefully open my own aesthetic clinic in Namibia. So, Botox, fillers, all of that jazz, skin. That's definitely something also, a near future goal.
Nice.
Any dreams for Miss Namibia or any pageant after that?
Not for now. Not for now. Yes, not for now. I'm just grateful to be Miss Teen and be in it and enjoy what I'm doing right now. But hopefully in the future. I do think I will do a pageant again, but not right now.
Okay, cool. Let me just go back to my question.
No stress.
In the meantime, so I mean your preparation for Miss Teen International.
Yes.
I understand pageants, especially internationals, are a lot of work. Have you been connecting with your pageant sisters from other countries?
I have. I have. I've made a few connections, and it's nice to see, I'll get a random notification on Instagram and I'll be like, oh, who's this girl, And then I'm like, oh, wow, Miss Teen, Vietnam, or Miss Teen Germany. And I'm like, wow, because it also makes it easier because I get to follow and focus on what they're doing and what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
So when I meet them, it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm on par.
I got you. I'm on par.
Exactly.
I know what you're doing. I see you. Yeah.
Nice. So I wanted to know, we have Mr. Supernational.
Yes, Mr.
Coming
Supernatural.
up on Friday, right? It's the first phase of it.
Yes.
I think, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Will you be there? I don't know. Is this a surprise? Am I putting you on the spot?
I might just. I was considering it. But I might just. I think it's a really cool initiative, especially, with the things Shani is doing and what she's, put Namibia already on the map. So I think it's really cool that they introduced that program.
Yeah.
And I think it will be fun, just for interest's sake, to go and have a look.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, just in your perspective, and I know, Ashriff, you've also done pageantry in university, right?
Yes.
Right? How detrimental do you think it is for the confidence of Namibian boys to have spaces like this, like Mr. Supernational, to actually look forward to? Because I know it's always been, it's Miss Universe and Miss Namibia, but you've never gotten a Mr. or a,
Exactly.
How do you think it's going to impact boys?
I think at the end of the day, pageantry in any form, it's a really huge confidence booster. That's one thing you can, whether you win or lose, your confidence
Another
goes-
level.
Yeah.
It's on another level.
No, yeah.
Because once you step onto that runway, you actually realize that you can actually. It's not that you look down on people, but you just see yourself in a different light.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And I think even if you look at like other smaller pageants, like not smaller pageants, but if you look at other Namibian pageants like Midos or Mr. Face of Namibia, all of these other pageants, Mr. Swakop Mund, Mr. Omaeke, all of these pageants, every boy that partakes in them, at the end of the day, it gives you a sense of purpose in your community, in your spaces, with your friends. It gives you ability to enter certain platforms and speak about certain things which you were not necessarily able to do outside of that.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even depend on whether you win the pageant or not,
Yeah.
because those platforms become open to you the moment you partake in a pageant.
Exactly.
Like, even if you look at like Miss Namibia participants or any other pageant, is that after the pageant is done, we still see this woman having the same impact they had during their journey
It's the
True.
exposure.
in their life again. So
Yeah.
the exposure that it gives you, the confidence it gives you, because you also your confidence, not you get speaking abilities, public speaking abilities, and pageantry. A large part of pageantry is mostly speaking as well. So that speaking ability, it almost pushes you to a different level, and I think that is the most important thing. And I think it's very beautiful to see. Especially Mr. Supranational, I can't wait to see who's going to be
Yes, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
because the
I'm-
competition is kind of tight.
It's quite tough.
It's quite tight. So
Yeah,
it'll be
it's
good
quite
to see.
tough.
yeah.
Like I don't want to get into the
Who are you rooting for? Who are you
Very
rooting for?
passionate about this, huh?
no. It's just I would like, because I follow pageantry like very intensely. So like I would like judge every, like I have like an idea of like every person's partaking in the pageant, especially the guys. I know what pageant they partook in before, whether they won, who won before, just their pageant history, their speaking history, their modeling history. So I have like an idea.
Yeah.
So I have like my own list, but I won't share it. I mean, I can. I mean, I'll do it later in the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I just want to add on. I really, really agree with that, and I love that you see it in that light, because I feel like that's what pageantry is about. It's like I said before, it's about presenting yourself and selling yourself. You know, whereas with modeling, you're selling an item or, you know, a piece of clothing or whatever it may be. Pageantry really gives you the platform to firstly better your public speaking skills, or so many attributes about yourself. And I feel like it really gives you a platform, whether you do nothing with that platform or you do something impactful. It still gives you a platform to put yourself as an individual on there and give yourself exposure, but also, look, you're marketing the brand at the same time. You're giving the pageant that is you're representing exposure. You're giving yourself exposure, but you're also getting your name out there.
Yeah.
You know, with other people, you may network, and that will not go away. You know, I will always be Miss Teen Namibia 2021.
Yeah.
Whether it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I'll look back and I'll be like, I did that at the age of 19, you know? So it's amazing. And it also just, it's really, I'm very proud.
Yeah,
I'm really
of course.
proud to
Of
represent
course.
my country, and now soon to be on one of the biggest stages and pageant platforms, you know, in the world. How crazy is that?
Actually, speaking of that, where is it happening?
Ooh, so it was recently announced that it would be partaking in the Philippines.
Nice.
I know, right? I've never been to Asia, so I feel like
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
No, I studied in Malaysia, and
Oh, wow.
that's so close to the Filipino culture and Malaysian culture.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have so much fun.
Oh my god.
Pageant headquarters.
You know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my
and I'm
goodness,
like,
it's so true.
literally.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
goodness, that's exciting.
I know. I'm like getting
excited
goosebumps.
for you. Cool. No, actually, I also want to add on. Like, I've
Yes.
always been very passionate about creating little gentlemen. I don't know if it makes sense. So I started getting excited like 2-3 years ago is when I started seeing that men were included in pageantry.
Yes.
Because I know within pageantry, etiquette is also one of the biggest things that you get taught.
100%.
And it would be brilliant to see that at least 12 boys a year
You know?
or 24 boys a year are getting taught etiquette that they don't necessarily get at home.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, we have this masculine, yeah.
Society.
Society
No.
has this
Yeah, no.
over over emasculating, whatever the word is, where they just make boys be like, boys don't cry, boys don't do everything,
Exactly.
you know.
I
and I
hate
feel like
that. I
spaces
hate
like
that.
this is a space to kind of break those boundaries
Those
and be like,
norms,
you know
yes.
what, you're human, you know,
Yes.
there are things that you need to be passionate about, and if it's not necessarily you working in a garage or, you know,
Yeah.
you're allowed to do other things. I mean, one of our
Boys also like being pampered, guys.
exactly.
Yes, you know, they're the biggest babies.
Guys,
Actually.
send me e-wallet.
Yeah.
Send me to the spa.
Fill up my car, you know, like
Exactly.
it's crazy actually when, you know, I say the best way is have your boyfriend or, you know, just any male, have him be sick.
Oh yeah.
Have him be sick and see him become the biggest baby. Oh my word. Like I feel like guys also just love like being taken care of, and I think that women should do that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I love about pageantry.
Pageantry.
And then speaking of your network, especially with the girls that you're meeting,
Yes.
do you think, and I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, do you think there are spaces for girls, I want to say girls specifically, where they can, I know like Lioness does this, what you call this? She does this show every year where it's just women, queer and queer allies that are allowed to come
yes.
to. I think it has Sure.
I remember she performed. I think there was the Shut It Down anniversary.
Yeah, she
With
always has it
only
around that
women-
time.
Only women were allowed upstairs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then another one at Zoo Park as well. I'm not mistaken. Only women in like.
I think it's
50.
called Hovember. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure. I don't know, but it's something about women empowerment, and we have that for women, right? Obviously, teenagers can't really go to a club and be in that space, although they should be. Do you think that girls have or need a space like that where they can just come and exist, literally, without having to feel like I'm not safe here. How do I get home? You know, is there somebody looking after me? You know, can I bounce ideas? You know, do we have spaces like that? Do you think this is like we should have more pageantries kind of create? Because I know pageantry is technically a space like that, but outside of pageantry, do you think there should be a space created in that sense? don't
I
know
was
if that
going to
makes
say
sense.
a safe space. Look, first and foremost, I'm all about equality. All about, you know, men and women, we can all be, you know, equals, you know. And that's also, it goes back to, you know, feminism and all of that, you know. But I feel like, yes, we need an environment where girls and boys can come and feel safe. And not just like, you know, or however you identify. It should be, you should be respected in the way you choose to view yourself, and not put all of these social norms so like, you know, so stagnant. It shouldn't be so stiff. I think you should just be accepted for who you are and whatever you identify with.
Yes.
Or, you know, so I just don't care, guys. As long as, you know, people are always going to have opinions. That's the thing. That's the one thing. People are always going to have something to say. So as long as you know that, you know what, I don't care what, you know, Peter and Paul and John and Mark are saying about me. I'm just going to, you know, do me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do me the way I feel I'm doing me.
Yeah.
You know, what makes you proud. And because if you're going to constantly
Creating
care.
safe spaces of the environment.
Exactly.
that already exist. Yes.
Exactly. So if you feel like, you know what, it comes back to that gender norms. I feel like if you feel like, you know, I'm a guy, but oh my gosh, you know, I should be playing football or whatever. I don't want to tell my friends that actually I'm a dancer or I love ballet, you know. No, you know, be proud, you know.
Yeah.
So it comes back to that. So I really feel like having a safe space, I think it's amazing what she does. Is really important, and I think we need more of that.
Yeah.
We need more of that in Namibia, and
Definitely.
you know, it's slowly picking up now. You know, but I feel like more inclusive. Oh my gosh, let me not try. Yes, exactly. You get me. Yeah, is needed. That's why I always talk about, when I talk about teens, I'm not solely focusing on girls. I'm including the boys.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's why I just stick to Miss Teen, or I want to talk to the teens. Gender.
Neutral.
You know, gender neutral, exactly. So
Great.
yeah.
That's beautiful. Great vibes, guys.
Thank you. Yes.
Great vibes. And Panda agrees with me. He says great vibes as well. And then Stefanus shouts out Stompy. Stompy has left. Stompy is
He's left
Mitch.
the building.
Oh, okay.
Inside joke there by them, the top fans. And then we have Esther Mitch as well, who says one learns a lot through pageantry, etiquette, and more for sure. That is true. That is true. So now, that is the formality of the show. I'm going to
Wow.
play a game with you
Uh-oh.
and Ashriff.
Uh-oh. It's both of us now.
I don't know what loss I'm on now. But
Ashriff has religiously lost, but to make the guest feel good. I got you, bro. Cool. So we're not gonna play the song association game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna play another game. So it's basically Would You Rather, but it's more philosophical, like questions that like. Oh, actually, now that I think of it, which one would I kind of choose?
Oh, amazing. Let's go.
Cool.
Let's
And
do
I'm
it.
going to play it with you guys. So it's
Oh,
not
okay.
necessarily a game. It's just Would You Rather.
Okay.
But not
Picking
the...
your mind.
Yeah, just thank you. Picking your mind. Cool. Cool. So I'll just throw a weird
random-
one out
Uh-oh.
first. Would you rather vomit on your hero or have your hero vomit on you?
I mean, I'm loving his face right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would be a good one. Hey,
Yeah.
either way, I mean, I'm not. I mean, if someone vomits, I'm already like.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather vomit on him.
Yeah.
Or her.
Yeah, I think they would remember me better that way.
Exactly. Oh, aren't you the one? Exactly. Love that.
Exactly. Cool. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week?
Same socks. Guys,
Yo.
the health down there. Come on, man.
No, I agree. Same socks.
Sexual organs, guys. Come
But
on.
also, like, guys, your feet can also get infected, guys.
Yeah, but
that's
better.
better,
than
yeah.
your
Like a whole month. Like a whole month.
same underwear for the
socks.
week.
I do socks. I'm sorry.
I'd also do socks, but if you just think about it.
I
3
don't
days
know.
socks, ne?
I can't. Socks is fine. Like even socks 2 days for me is like
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'd
Yeah.
rather go
So
barefoot.
imagine like a whole month, guys.
A whole month.
Yeah.
Okay, but also underwear, guys.
A whole
Like
week.
you know?
Okay, yeah, no, it's like, okay.
Okay. Where are you getting these questions? Come
I
on.
know somebody gave them to me and I love them. Cool. I don't
People
like
are saying socks out here.
No.
I think majority agrees with me.
Socks.
Socks.
Socks it is.
Okay, cool. Would you rather be a star player on a losing team or warm the bench on a championship roster? So basically on the winning team side.
I'd rather be like
I'm
I'd
selfish.
rather yeah.
I'd rather be the star player.
No, yeah, same. I'd first I'd rather be the star player.
Yeah. Because the last thing I want is to be told that I'm riding on someone's coattails when I haven't even been putting in the effort. Cool. Would you rather be rich with no friends or poor and popular? Look,
Popular in what sense?
like famous, I guess.
No, poor and like you have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Feel like friendship is you guys are rich and then lonely? Do you know how sad that is? I hate being lonely. No.
Tears in a Bugatti.
Oh, your tears, your tears in a Bugatti. I mean, when you put it like that.
I'd rather cry in a mansion than be sitting in.
Okay, let's be realistic. I think that I probably want to be rich. And
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, guys, look. Life or death.
I mean, you know.
I'm sad. I'm going shopping.
Exactly. Retail therapy.
And honestly, just to
probably
start a
buy
conversation, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but when you know you're like a little low on cash,
Yeah.
your mood kind of is not okay.
No.
Yeah.
Most of the
No.
time. But as soon as you have money, whatever
Whatever problem, whatever you, even like the stuff that you don't really necessarily need, it's like a,
Yeah.
I think, you know, I might just,
Yeah, no, I would rather be
the
rich. I'm not
endorphins,
gonna
guys.
lie, guys. Cool. Shoo. Would you rather date someone with bad breath or bad manners?
oh, yo, guys, those are tough, because that's actually one of my pet peeves. Bad breath. I can't. I will literally, I'll give you like,
I can't do bad manners. I'm sorry.
okay, I can't do bad manners either because I'll just
Thank
not
God
leave
for
the house
COVID,
with
'cause
you.
the masks are out. No, Joey.
No, I think we can still deal with the bad breath, like you
Yeah.
know, with gum and mints and whatever. But
Yeah.
the
No, you
Can mask
manners.
it. Look, I can mask my mouth. You know, there's some tastes that are so strong that they last in your mouth for a while.
Yeah,
You know.
garlic.
Like I'm saying, like
Yeah.
think about
Garlic.
it. So the question, I'm assuming the question is, you can't change the bad manners, you can't change the bad breath.
Yeah, you can't change anything. It's
So you have to deal with that bad breath for as long as you have to. I'd
Oh
rather
my
deal with bad
word.
manners, guys.
I'm gonna
I'll
take
deal
this
with
off.
the bad manners.
bad manners. I
Oh
can't
my
do
word.
bad
No,
manners.
I
understand
can't
it's
do
like
bad
kinda
manners.
toxic there, but like I'm just like,
Yo, I can't do
No.
bad.
I can't do bad
manners.
manners. No. Stay at home or stay far away.
Yeah.
Firstly,
I can't do bad manners either, but over bad breath,
come on. I feel like bad breath can be dealt with. Like shove like a whole pack down your mouth, like a
Yeah.
gum.
Like
You know?
you can
Mouthwash.
for yourself.
have you made out with someone?
Have I?
Have you?
Yeah.
I'll do bad manners, guys. I can deal with
And there was
bad breath.
Oshikandela involved. I was like, no, Joey.
Some sour milk. Oh
Oh,
no.
no, guys.
No.
No.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh no.
The bad manners sound a little better now.
Yeah. Then sour milk.
Would you rather detect every lie you hear or get away with every lie you tell?
Detect.
Think again. Would you rather
Get
detect-
away with every single one? Meaning I don't get caught eventually, right?
Nope.
I'll get away with it.
I'll get away with every lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you can lie to me, it's fine.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm lying
fine.
to you too.
Exactly.
You know?
Simon Laviv, guys.
I love that.
Cool. Where's this? Okay. Would you rather die before or after your partner? Before.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, heartbreak isn't nice.
But imagine that's so selfish because
No.
now we're letting our
Oh, we're letting our
go to the
partners
bed.
literally go.
Wait. So if I die before my partner, I live a shorter life. But if I die after him, I live a longer life.
But who says your partner
What
isn't
would you
gonna
guys
live a
rather do?
long life of like 70 years and you died
Like,
69?
If it's like in my 70s, like yo guys, I would rather die before them.
But it also doesn't
but if it's like-
specify. Because what if it's
Yeah.
literally like a day before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when you're like 30 and like, oh no. It depends. Oh my goodness.
It's deep, right?
These questions are deep, eh?
It actually is.
Look, for me personally, I'm not afraid of death at all. And then also I've always said like I think the best age to die is 35.
35?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, I just feel like life should have
That's
happened.
when what is the thing starts? Midlife crisis, 35.
Is that when it
Like
happens?
40?
Yeah.
Child.
I'm not sure. I'm assuming because there's at that point in time, I feel like that's where it starts because you're very aware of like. At that time, you're very aware of like your age, your environment, where you're supposed to be, where you're at, all of this. And then into your 40s as well, like
Yeah.
from there to like 45. That's when you're very aware of like, oh no, then you think back, oh, when I was 20, I thought like at 35. Oh no, all of that,
Yeah.
like all of those
True.
things, they play back in your mind.
But aren't we always going through an existential
No,
crisis?
guys, I want to live. Sorry, I want to live like at least till I'm
And I
80.
retire at 40.
Okay.
40, okay.
And then travel the world.
And travel the world. Or even just go to a farm and like live out the rest of my life.
Hey!
A farm.
Like not a farm, like maybe like I mean like a really beautiful village.
A village! From a farm to a village.
So retiring like Miami, go to a farm in Miami or yeah, cool. One more and then we will do closing. Yeah. Would you rather find the love of your life or $1 million every week?
Every week. $1 million every week, guys. I mean,
Like we said, a love of your life will die.
you know, it'll come, it'll go.
It seems like this money is not coming.
But this money is for sure.
It's there, it's coming.
Just saying. Cool. So that was that part of the
Oh,
show.
man.
Alexis, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope I didn't miss anything. Do you have anything else you want to add on? Maybe anywhere we can find you?
Yes.
Handles,
Yes.
websites, events coming up. Yes.
Yes, just keep a lookout for the confidence workshops that will come up, and then a part of that segment will be the school tours. So just keep a lookout for that. I might be coming to your school, so stay tuned. And also just obviously the international competition coming up in July.
Okay.
So yeah, and then you can find me. All my socials are just Alexis Swart, my name. Pretty simple. So yeah.
Before you go, Estimich has a message for you.
Uh-oh.
She says, wishing Miss Teen all the best with her upcoming pageant and everything she'll do in the future. The Philippines pageant girls live and breathe for this pageant.
Yeah.
Keep your confidence and bring your A game. I hope the international platform will open doors for you. The minute you walk on the stage, forget the other girls and own that gram.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you, Estimich. That's very beautiful.
How beautiful is that?
Got this.
Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, I'm really trying, eh? We'll see.
Stephanus, I thank you
We'll
so much
see.
for that question because I'm going to put her on the spot as well.
Uh-oh.
He says, Alexis, have you ever considered becoming a radio personality or presenter?
I
Miss Teen?
really...
You are
wait.
having my attention. And yeah, so we'll talk. Aangezien andere man klaar is.
No, I really would love to, eh, guys? Like, I've been thinking about it actually a lot. I really want to get into radio, TV, whatever it may be, presenting. Whenever I'm in front of the camera, when there's a camera on me, I become like, I totally get in my element. I'll be sitting over there quietly, but once the camera's on me, I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, nice.
So, no, I'd love to. I'd
No,
love
I get
to.
like mad awkward. before,
Really?
So yeah.
I mean, I'm sweating right now, but I hope you can't
Nobody's
tell.
gonna
It's just
see
the
that.
way. Cool,
Yeah.
great. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Both of you guys.
Thank you for coming through.
Really hope to see you. Please, before you go back or before you go to Philippines,
Yeah.
please come on, give us an update.
Yeah.
I'll give you a call. You can come
Awesome.
back on.
Awesome.
You maybe bring one of your teammates,
You know?
your team members, or your mom.
Awesome. That's sweet.
You know, then we can have another chat. Yeah, and we will do that in the future then.
I'd love that. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So, guys, what's going to happen now? We're going to escort Alexis out. We're going to leave you with a song, and then you guys should stay tuned for the next guest, which is Mercedez and Deyonce from Diversity Alliance Namibia. Thank you. Great.
Damalogi dagen anecha assas. Now just about today's nuts me homeless. Lucky boy. I'm a lucky boy. Now just a part this touch me, oh miss. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? What's a like a joke? Oh see, I'm a love go. But I'm a man. Can I come a door? Tell me, Sarah, I'm a lady. Need me a door? Come and lick yo. Oh 6-1. Come and lick it 1-1. Now just a part today, that's me, oh miss. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? I'm a lucky boy. Now just a part today, that's me, oh miss. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? Oh Lex, Danny boy, na kida kwen and kida sponsor. I'm a go to car, brother, man, did that the proper. To sunny boy, diversity, get me topper. Living the vita, dura loca. Over the pedale, T8 Kennedy. I'm a damara, but you can never con it Kennedy. Hospital, boy, brother, no hope in group. Then I said that cop, ma. Ah, says. I'm a lucky boy. Hey, that just a part today, snatch me, how mess. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? I'm a lucky boy. That just a part today, snatch me, how mess. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? What's a lucky joke? What's a lucky joke? What's a lucky joke? What's a lucky joke? I'm a lucky boy. Hey, now just a part today, starts me, oh mess. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go? I'm a lucky boy. Now just a part today, starts me, oh mess. I'm a lucky boy. Can I go?
Another standard, I elevate. I denga komanchi, I need the food to plate. Oh well, I diana, or syndicate. Guys, I'm a boy, kume, don't debate. Let me jump, let me celebrate. Moela now, I'm a candidate. Kaboy kamakili, never late. That's why I could denge up to date. Neno ndapendu kanote waprako. Andi pulange nondini shako. Diamond down on the keva tulako. Esi patalili wapihako. Soto katala talonda mbadukako. Ndasku onanda jamo mekako. Soto kaklika onda kamako. Onda biliva ondina kujako. Unondiri konda sonjara yo. Una pumbi kwa. Unondiri ko andi safa yo. sonjarayo Onda pumpe kwato Unondiriko andisafayo Onda pumpo mafu Onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato Ireni muandere Onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato Ireni muandere Onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato Keiposo tadengi ketala Shigwana omunyi kendatala Inoyo lange ngengo tandike mbandala Shashongula kushikele tandikala Onda dila ondingi damule Ni kupule ni kunyamukule Onda kukuti fonde shuki fakokule Tofestana kuchonga shikutule Efendile kapoi azule Aflopanale kumano shule Etina lange ndahala muli tumbule Shapata nga eni shipatulule Avavuti tenawa esjabule Engalo dama famuti tambule Kaboy kama kili no espopsule So give me space ndi mutatule Unondiri konda sonjarayo Una pumpi kwa Unondiri ko andi safayo Una pumpo mamu Unondiri konda sonjarayo Una pumpi kwa Unondiri ko andi safayo Una pumpo mamu Una pumpe kwa Una pumpe kwa Ireni muandere Onda pumbe kwato, onda pumbe kwato Onda pumbe kwato, onda pumbe kwato Ireni muandere Onda pumbe kwato, onda pumbe kwato Kaboy kamaki Kaboy kamaki Onda pumpe kwato Ireni muandere Onda pumpe kwato, onda pumpe kwato Onda pumpe kwato, onda pumpe kwato Ireni muandere Onda pumpe kwato, onda pumpe kwato
Tune into the best electronic dance music from around the world.
Baby, I like the way that you can move around the place and bring it dancing in my face, so I just play it. Baby, got so close to love, but you had to go and
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for staying tuned. We just had to set up quickly. And yeah, ladies. Hi. Welcome.
I'm not sure whether I should like really jump into it because apparently we project. Thank you so much for having us. Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful to always be here and spill the tea on the content. So I'm very, very, very delighted that you were able to squeeze us in.
Yes.
among because we were talking about pageantry and confidence, and we had our very own Namibian Miss Teen, bravissimo, smart, beautiful, intelligent, and confidence is something that is very, very essential. So yeah, I'm very excited to be sharing space with such phenomenal women. Especially also my compadre that I'm here with.
Don't mind me. I'm just like the PA. Make sure she looks amazing. And
okay.
Well, I make the tea, so it's all entwined. But thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys for so much for coming through. So for those of you that don't know, we are in studio right now with Deyonce and Mercedez. They are from the Diversity Alliance Namibia, and they're here just to talk a little bit about their program and the projects that they have going on, and then we're also gonna have a little chat regarding diversity, gender, and all of that.
And we can probably also play that game just to not ask me the question about the socks and what was the other thing?
And the underwear.
Every week a million, darling. Every week a million.
So because I know your personality, we have a little bit of a more explicit version for you as well.
Well, adult friendly is what I would like to phrase it. Perhaps, you have to have a little bit of decorum.
Yeah, no, we just wanted to respect the Miss Teen brand because teenagers, you know.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
We make sure we're going to keep it delightfully pleasant.
Right?
That's why innuendos are there for.
Great. So, so just so you guys know, we are recording live, but don't worry, keep the conversation here. We just have, it's like people that are like listening.
Let me just also just give a whole shout out to Esther Mish. Thank you so much. Esther Mish has really been crazy cool, just making sure that she's always, even from so far away, been such a huge support, and as somebody that also I just love, and happy International Women's Day to all of the women, including Miss Teen. I hope that you're able to hear us. So yeah, it's delightful to be after such an important day.
No, don't worry. Look, as I'm sitting here, I am thinking of recruiting. Ashriff I'm sure you've had a brilliant run. So I'd love to give the space to more people, and yeah.
And also Scharlarco is sort of used to all of the ramblings of Mercedes.
Oh yeah. At this point, all you have to do is just listen, allow it, appreciate it,
and we align and we keep moving forward.
And then we continue.
We are here. Once again, thank you for having us. So Deyonce,
yes, please.
Deyonce is the I almost want to say mastermind, but Deyonce is able to quite articulately and eloquently do the thing.
To the Diversity Alliance.
Yes, please tell us a bit about it.
So,
and the self.
and the self.
Who?
Who they are, like, so they
it's true. Yeah, let's
should we keep it to the script?
Losi werkjes for now. Please tell us a little bit about yourselves, like your portfolio, where you guys are from, and
okay, so now she's like Deyonce.
Deyonce's got a portfolio. I just have a name that can be Googled.
Okay, so I go by Deyonce Naris. So many things. I wear so many hats at the moment. The hat I'm wearing for this particular segment is the advocacy officer at the Diversity Alliance. But other than that, I am a gender activist, I'm a human rights activist, I'm a youth activist, I'm a child rights activist, I am an activist for all things, even things that don't talk. Like dogs. I mean,
animals, right?
So I'm an animal activist. So I do gender sensitivity work around sexuality and religion, sexuality and human rights. So I am a champion for all things, I think.
She wears many wigs.
Yes, Mercedes, I know you were here before, but please, we cannot assume that these are the same. Viewers, please introduce yourself as well.
Yeah, we also are very well aware what they say about assumptions. But yeah, thank you very much for having me again. And this particular moment, I am with Deyonce Cleopatra Ngaris, my sister, and somebody that has really been inspiring me for such a very long time to be able to also bring my part when it comes to just the conversation around equity and rights, and how we all factor in as a diverse folk in our nation. And so I was serious about the Googling aspect of it. Then they can go read all about it, as Emily Sunday said. But yeah, we're working on a campaign. Deyonce will be able to elaborate most eloquently.
She's underselling herself. Mercedes is the communication strategist at the moment. She works on all those nice communication pieces. That's why she is.
That's why we're out here giggling.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I recently joined the team to also have my 2 cents represented, myself represented, and also to do what I can do in my personal capacity to be able to have the conversation not only further, but also sink in, because it's 2022.
Nice. Cool. So now let's jump into work. Please, Deyonce, would you tell us a little bit about Diversity Alliance Namibia, what it's about, what you guys do, and the projects you're running, and especially the specific project that you guys want to talk about?
Okay, so the Diversity Alliance of Namibia is about a consortium of 10 organizations that come under one national umbrella. And these are 10 organizations varying from organizations that represent persons within the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, androgynous, sex workers, feminist, rural peoples, persons with disabilities, movements, to be exact, and also not forgetting our young girls and women. And so the work that we all do, again, the Diversity Alliance, being a consortium, implements through most of its partners, and most of its partners does the groundwork, from community-led work to philanthropy work to some of that give back stuff,
rural
some of the
engagement,
human rights stuff, some of the marching. So some of our organizations are very part of the pro-choice conversations that are happening. Some of our organizations are directly speaking to the ministries on reproductive health, whether it's sexual reproductive health and rights, whether access to hormones for trans people, or whether it's a conversation on basic contraceptives for all women.
Policy and law reform.
Policy and law reform. Quite a lot of advocacy around punitive laws and the repeal of particularly the sodomy law that exists around criminalizing consent between two male persons, consensual sex between two male persons. Something that, again, is an advocacy project that is very, how should I say, the Diversity Alliance it's almost its passion project. It's what we're focused on. Everything that we do is centered around it. And at the moment, we're running a very specific campaign for the first time, speaking to the public and not necessarily just amongst ourselves and then speaking to government and the ministers and those kind of people, but actually talking to the parents and the friends and the family. And being able to see how they are affected and understand how stigma and discrimination affects them versus then how it affects LGBT persons, right? So that in itself sort of, and then broader, the project speaks to not only repealing punitive laws, but also protecting the existing protections that speak to protecting young girls and women. Specifically, Mercedes, am I leaving anything out? Mercedes will go into the very specific little things around the campaign and how they're going to start rolling it out, and focus group discussions and those kind of little nice, juicy things.
Yeah, go right ahead, please.
Man, you're making me feel some type of way. But yeah, I think Deyonce definitely got to the heart of it. So it's about really finding that embrace and not like having conversations and efforts be so scattered. It's about bringing together the pieces of the puzzle in order for it to be complete. So I don't know much about policy or legalities or what needs to happen, but I do know the reason why I'm here is because so many people are personally affected by being made to feel consistently excluded. You know, so I think just it's the right time to be able to have the conversation in as many spaces, in as many spaces and platforms as possible. And I believe Namibia is ready.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Namibia has always been ready.
Namibia's always been ready.
Always.
It's
think
just
we've always
that
just shied away and hidden under the whole ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I think Namibia has literally just been like, who wants to do it first? We'll join.
Yes, because we are literally, we are a country that is so diverse, you know, in our cultures, in our language, our ethnicities, and just in the way that we look. Not to like mention any other country, but we could have all looked potentially the same or been mistaken for everybody being Johannes and Johanna. And that's the beauty of it. And as Deyonce also spoke about the fact that we're now trying to, or working on engaging more the people that know us personally, that have to live with us, that have to deal with our aching pains and our worries and our fears. So it's less about activism and more humanizing the conversation and not advocacy, because I'm particularly speaking to a thing, but just hear me out. This is the reason why I'm advocating for what I'm advocating for. But it's not me speaking, it's the people that live with me, because if they 10-1, which they don't most of the time, and it's if you have adequate support systems, that's really wonderful. The 10-1 are people love us regardless of how how we orient, express, identify. We're loved, we're embraced, and that's what we also just wanted to bring home and also get to the table so that we're able to have the conversation. So,
That's brilliant. Honestly.
We actually had a conversation on this a few weeks ago where we said that especially discussions like this, especially what you guys do on a daily, instead of speaking on the issue, it's like so fictional. No, it's somebody else going through it. It's their fault. It's that person.
Yeah.
We should make it a human conversation. Like, no, there's someone amongst us. Like, it's me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you. Say that it's actually happening. So I like what you guys say.
Yeah.
Not advocacy, not activism, but let's just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let us humanize the issue and
Exactly.
say that no, it's in our homes, it's in our society, it's in our schools, it's in my class, it's in our office, it's in the studio.
it's in our hearts,
It's in our
you
hearts.
know, because if I was a robot, then I could have been reprogrammed out of whoever I am at this very moment.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why we're all made different, and it's important that we're able to get to a point where we're able to celebrate those differences and also learn from those differences.
Diversity.
Very diversity that we talking about. So I think toch like logistics we really we were hoping to not only, like we said, talk to policymakers and leaders, but also to like family, friends, and make it really intersectional so that everybody else outside of the person that who they identify as can also be lifted and given a small space to be able to be aired. And through that we're able to hopefully change minds and hearts and get from just a simple actor in this entire play that we're all a part of to maybe becoming an ally. And after that maybe an activist or an advocate, but it's so that people can just understand that we're one, and the very rights that you absolutely enjoy shouldn't be the ones that you don't want me to also have to enjoy.
Exactly.
And I think for me, the wonderful thing about the project and the way it's designed is that you don't necessarily want to keep using the words like rights and
LGBTQ. I almost said us alphabet people.
You want to have somebody like a mother speak and be able to share that when I sit in the front row of the church and the pastor's demonizing my child, it affects me, right?
Yeah.
Because you're basically saying I carried a demon for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
of course.
how that affects that mother, because
That's
then
brilliant.
It speaks to the various elements of mental health that a parent could be going through. Because we're all out here trying to listen to Mercedez and Deyonce talk about, oh my God, I got thrown out by my parents, and that's the only line of the story we're hearing.
Yeah.
But nobody's actually understanding what our parents are going through and what our siblings are going through.
Yeah.
And that's some of the real stories that we want to share for community to actually understand that this is not only an LGBTI and sex workers problem, but it affects the whole entire community in how we interact and how we live with each other. Because Mercedes does this thing where she keeps saying to us in the office, nobody gets left behind, and then everybody makes it sound like such a big thing when you look at government and people are talking sustainable development goals and what not, and then in the office we keep saying, well, it's as simple as if one person is not receiving a plate of food in the house, then that in itself is an injustice.
Yeah.
So if you're not sharing food with somebody in the house because they're LGBT friend, there is something wrong in the community. That very nice Ubuntu that we're talking about as African people doesn't exist.
Exactly.
And I actually had to so that I don't just blab, I had to write it down, because economic agencies are recognizing the world over that countries that make a concerted effort to fully include all people, including LGBTI persons, are likely to have stronger, more vibrant economies. You know, so when women and LGBTQI plus alphabet people, so go right ahead and go and try and do that. we have taken over our narrative. That's why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the relationship between the last person that is marginalized, the last person that is discriminated against or stigmatized against, you know. So it's about economic violence, the social violence, the domestic violence, the violence at workspaces that people of our communities, and women and young girls are also a part of this conversation. So it's very much about bodily autonomy also, and where do we draw that line between, because Deyonce spoke about the consortium of organizations, pro-choice is also one of them. So where do we actually get to draw the line where my chosen rights don't get to infringe on the next person's, So I just feel the equality conversation, as per the Sustainable Development Goals, because it is there to safeguard not only a certain demographic or specific group of people, but it's there to make sure that we're all definitely working towards living a little bit more fuller, vibrant, stable, secure, and love-filled lives. And the conversation is also about love, because we also just recently had a nice decision, a small victory in the Supreme Court. So these are all baby steps, so all of these conversations, and that's a family, the Lula Delgado case, for whoever would like to go and read up on it. So we're speaking to these things that keep on perpetually hurting us and pulling us apart in so many ways that we don't even know whether we're a whole person or just a limb of our former selves. So it's a wake-up call to Namibia, I guess.
Brilliant initiative. I love it so much. I think it's really good that we're actually coming to a space where, okay, cool, you don't want to hear me, now hear my brother, hear my sister, hear my mother. As a matter of fact, why is this affecting you? And let me tell you why it doesn't really make sense that we're not accommodating each other. I think it's brilliant, and well done to you guys for driving the initiative and all the programs under that. I think it's brilliant.
And well done to you guys to be able to. I know that the moment that you heard it's these two, but you two, they're like, that's why they had Miss Teen also with us. So thank you just very much for being a bit. I mean, we can either stand in our little corner and shout and throw stones, or stand on top of a roof and try and do something to ourselves as a way of getting attention. But attention at this point in time is not what we want for ourselves. Attention is what we're calling to in all of the ways in which we're lacking and also falling short when it not only comes to ourselves, but to the next person that we are also a part and parcel of a community with.
And it's very important that every stakeholder gets involved.
Every
Whether it's a politician, or it's a media house, or it's an individual journalist, or it's a taxi driver that's defending a trans woman at the taxi rank when they are all getting rowdy. But every single person, whether it's a lady that stops the security lady at the public toilet when she says the trans woman should not enter. So it's very important every single stakeholder gets involved. Because if you keep quiet, you're being complacent, and that almost means
then you've chosen your side.
Yes, you've picked a side, and you're saying it's okay. Let's continue violating other human beings while the rest of us live peacefully in a corner over here.
And that brings me to my next question. How do interested people get involved in this program?
My gosh, I mean, we're running so many different projects through our various partners in almost all 14 regions across the country. I will most definitely not be able to list all of them. You would be able to find some of them via social media, but at the moment what we're doing is, if people want to get in contact, they contact me, and then depending on where they're finding themselves, because we're in Karas, Kunene, almost Ochazenjuba, Rongo, everywhere, that we are able to direct you to a particular partner where you can go have a specific conversation, whether it's a parent looking for support or you just want information. But I think, and also it's just not getting directly involved with us. I think it's joining the conversations on social media. If somebody's saying something, be able to retweet and be able to respond with a comment and be able to defend.
Or being that very person that says, hey, that's not right what you're doing. You don't necessarily have to be an ally or an activist or advocate. And you don't have to particularly also have an LGBTQIA person or an abused woman or somebody that comes from the community of people that engage in commercial sex work. You know, you don't have to be so personally affected or involved by it in order to get involved. So that's the reason why the campaign is also there. Let's not sit behind, but I didn't know where to send an email to, I didn't hear. Let's not have the excuse be like, I don't understand those things, so I'm going to allow my ignorance to persist. You know, I have experienced so many people that have had an entire 360 by just getting to know the person beyond the superficiality and beyond those preconceived ideas that we have about somebody when it comes to how they just show up in the world. As RuPaul said, we wake up. We all wake up as human beings. The rest is just drag, I guess.
Nice.
It's very beautiful. Deyonce mentioned something very interesting earlier. Is that so? Like, I'm assuming that the consortium of like programs, campaigns, and organizations, they offer like different forms of assistance, even support for like parents and like siblings who feel like for siblings of the, let's say my mom can go to support one of the organizations as well. So like, where can, like, say my mom wants to get that wants to get help and she's maybe in the south, who does she call? Does she just contact you and then she gets help through you, or what actually happens?
So centrally what people would do is they would contact me, and then depending on where they're finding themselves in the country, we are able to link them to a particular organization that can then say, so if you're in the south, you would have per se Kebasin Trust that would be there, and then we would say we're linking you now to Kebasin depending on what the type of services that they need. And also most of the organizations have built-in referral systems, so if the particular service that you're looking for, like psychosocial support, might not sit with them, they would be able to direct you then to either the line ministry, which is either a Ministry of Gender or a Ministry of Health social worker that they would be working with. Right.
Okay, cool.
The most important thing being that there is some form of help, assistance, go to, refer for almost everything, and we should also.
And what we don't have, we try and find.
Yes, and then that's another window of opportunity to be able to like address a loophole that was otherwise missed.
Yeah.
You know, so. I think it's just important that for me personally, I literally came here to like just spark somebody else into maybe just thinking twice before ignorance gets the better of you, or prejudice or something, because it's that it goes down to that simple act
the
of
question why to understand.
Yes.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes. Cool. Before we continue, we have some comments. Jurgen Geisep says, "Dis daar 'n groot petroleum jelly bag."
Oh, Jurgen. Jurgen, moisturizing is everything.
You can never have enough.
There's always one in the head.
Multiple uses.
Estimate says, Estimate Smistad, I don't know if I said that correct. She says, "Hello Mercedes, Miss Fashionista." Jay DuPont says, "Before I am transgender, black, less fortunate, I am a human being, and that no one has to in today's world feel left out or still deprived to enjoy human rights." True. Deep. Cool. So we're running out of so much time, but I still want to play the game with you guys. If you guys would like to.
Let's do that.
Quite excited.
The human rights game, where you've got the right to pick and choose your answer as you will. None of us are excluded, right?
No, all of us.
Nobody's left behind.
All of us.
There
all of
we
us.
go.
Cool.
There we go. As long as it's towards prosperity, because it's 2022 and Windhoek is a whole lot of hot.
After all the rain we had, I
feel like I wasn't sure whether
My face is back to the default setting.
I wasn't sure. I literally wasn't sure whether it was hot in here or out there, or whether it was just the three hot guys that are in studio with us.
Great talk. Love it. Cool. So let's get back into the game.
Let's get into
So
it.
basically, it's a would you rather kind of situation. All four of us will participate. It's not a competition. It's a conversation starter basically.
Let's speak your mind.
Cool. So the first one is, and I'll start superficial. Would you rather have an intelligent partner or a good-looking one?
Oh, I'm a talker. Intelligent.
Intelligent, because he can throw on shades and a cap during the day, and at night he can literally. I will put him into something. No. I'm talking about dinner, like something cultural. Where are you going, Deyonce? I'm talking about when we all have our clothes on. So then he can wear something smart. I mean, you don't have to have the prettiest face in the world in order to show up very stylish and confident and with presence. So, and I think having a great deal or enough intellect enough is.
Can I have both worlds?
No, you must choose one. Sorry.
You're not
You must choose
transgender.
I'll choose an intelligent man. Or maybe I'll have an intelligent man during the day and a beautiful man at night.
No. Well, it depends on the way you look at it, right? Cool. Would you rather have your first? No, I don't like that one. Would you rather have your name tattooed on your forehead or have no front teeth?
Tattoo my name in the forehead. With the advancement with makeup,
So we.
you would not even know that my name is Clatricia. If it was tattooed on my forehead, Clatricia.
Yeah, I didn't tattoo it. I already wear it on my ears.
You?
Look, for me, it's definitely tattoo because look, my forefathers, the Cape Townians, they tried it.
I heard it makes sense.
There was like a fashion trend.
It was a fashion
still a
trend.
trend.
It is still well, I don't know whether
It's
it's
still a
trendy
thing
still.
because
I just know that it made for a hella soft landing. Next question. Next
Read into
question.
it if you must.
Hope you've got enough teeth to do so.
And you?
Remove my teeth.
It's a soft landing.
Okay.
Cool.
I can still cover it with some good professional makeup if I need to go somewhere.
No, it's always visible.
It's always visible.
It's fine. Look, it's Deyonce, right? I mean.
Yeah. I mean, who's not proud of their name?
Remove my teeth. No, it's not about my name. It's more like, guys,
We've really advanced. We're able to.
But I think it's just.
I think we've-
appreciate. It's the face is that it must.
Aesthetics.
I say you must read my name from there. You must.
You must know I'm here.
So goed stink ante. You will know me for my forehead.
They must have put the pronoun on the name.
Cool. The next one is: would you rather live on a deserted island with your celebrity crush, or in a mansion with your ex?
A deserted island with my celebrity crush.
God damn it! Why would I want to be on a deserted island? Can my crush build a house? My celebrity crush is is it a builder?
Nothing.
Is he a structural engineer?
There's
How do we
nothing.
start civilization? I
you
already don't
can't
have a
even-
womb to begin with it.
Right?
So
I can starve to death with Channing Tatum on a deserted island. I am not living with my ex. And if I end up doing that, I'm going to end up in jail.
well, the only thing that I'm going to say about a mansion and mansion living, though I'm not there physically yet, is that somebody can live in the east wing and the other one can be in the west wing.
Exactly. We don't
And we do
necessarily
not
take
have to see each other. Our dinner table can be quite long. It's how you win.
Right? I'd rather live with my ex as well.
Well, we forgive and we forget, don't we?
Does it
Yeah, as long as my ex is okay with what I bring home, it's fine.
It's a mansion.
I mean,
you
also
don't walk into the
they
front
have
door
no
and fall
choice.
out of the back, right? It's a mansion.
No choice. Also, you're not. It's not
that
like you're forced to
option-
sleep with them or anything. So.
Yeah.
If you really
And I
do it
mean,
like
look,
that,
And like,
some of us.
I might also not like my celebrity crush as much as I do like my now crush. I hope you tuned in. So yeah.
Okay. Okay,
If
cool.
I
So
live with my ex, you gotta put away all the knives.
yeah.
GBV.
All I'm saying is to have a live-in friend with benefits is also nice. So, and I know a lot of us, we go back to the ex because
What is that song that Beyonce said? You had me at hello. Well, you had me at mansion. Spacious living.
yes. Cool. So yeah, we're doing that. The next one is: would you rather give up sex or give up food? I'm a virgin, so
I mean, does it like, because if we have to, maybe we should really skip that one. Let's skip that one because we need food.
I love food more.
Unless you're a serial sun gazer and
I
you.
love them both together.
Like to lick the chocolate off.
Well, I will still like to hear the next question. No comment.
Am I allowed to wait? When you say
You'll die.
One
is that
or the
like
other.
all forms of sex. It's not. I'm not. Is that like
You are
intercourse, or
Opi
am I
Club.
allowed to get like a vibrator?
Opi Club.
May I please ask for the next question?
You remain celibate, you don't touch me and look at him, kiss him, nothing.
Yeah.
I've also been celibate for a little while, so that's also a conversation that we. Well, no, but that's why the question doesn't like necessarily apply to me at this point in time. That's why I'm like skipping it for the next one.
Fine. We get it. We'll move to the next question.
There's something she said earlier, and you said it too. We leave no one behind.
Touche.
This will not work here.
Oh wow.
If we had to pull it all together, it would definitely be a structural engineer, celebrity crush that is able to
Oh my
build
God.
things.
That's the
and
previous question. Ma'am.
I was waiting for the next one.
I'm guessing he's building a blender because he did not necessarily say anything about liquefied foods. It said food.
I don't know which engineers build structure. Like, well, the structure engineers build like bridges and things.
So the next question.
Let's go to the next one.
The next question is: would you rather walk in on your parents having sex or have them walk in on you having sex?
I think I'm going to remain. I'm going to sleep over at Sally's house. I'm not coming. I'm not going home today. I'm not going. I'm in Khobabes.
It's okay, they can walk in on me. I can't. Guys, can you unsee your siblings being made?
What is the next question? We have to.
Would you
Your
rather
parents.
walk in on your parents having sex or have them walk in on you having
We have to ask the next question because
So now every time I look
No,
at
Chomi.
every time I
No.
look at a sibling, I'm like, is that when you were made?
I also just think it doesn't matter who walks on who, as long as we're able to appreciate that they were at least in a passionate exchange that was worthwhile.
Okay,
Because some
so-
things you cannot unsee.
Excuse me, you said you're not really involved in the whole political lingua or whatnot. I'm paraphrasing. And now you're being politically correct.
Politically correct. Politically correct.
Cool. Last one. That's not the last one.
Take the one that is in bold, big bold letters.
Okay, so would you rather be criticized or be ignored?
Criticize me. Criticize me.
Yo, criticize me.
Yeah, criticize me.
But this
Because
is
I can also decide like whether your criticism is at some point. I can also decide or decipher or like decide for myself: is this coming from a right space, or
Yeah,
like is
of
this
course.
coming from a healthy space, or is this criticism just because you have a critical nature? But like having to be ignored, I think like. And that's also the reason, just to like tie it back into the conversation, because of the fact that we've been ignored so much, we're willing to get out there and like just take whatever criticism it is, whether it's from alive or from wherever, you know. So,
I'll
yeah.
just like walk past me and pretend like I don't exist instead of calling me a morphe. Done and dusted, friend. Rather ignore me.
Okay, but like that's an
If I
insult.
contextualize it like that,
Okay.
then I'm like, rather
Yeah.
just ignore me. If it's like one of those other situations, I'm like, oh, bring it.
It is also
Like,
because like
when
it's
I
what
hear
it's been
it,
one of my. Oh, you go.
It's like getting a no, or like being ignored.
Mm.
So it's like no. I'd rather say no, but don't ignore me. I think I look at it in that way.
For me, it's also it's been one of my biggest things. Like I never want to be criticized. I just don't. That's why for the most part I like also check myself. But if it wasn't also for criticism, I also would have not been able to also like meet myself and like make necessary edits and alterations and amendments where just I am concerned developing myself as a human person. Because if I was ignored, for example, because I'm also taking it from, if I were in a room full of people that I usually spend time with and I'm doing something that is really just that side of the park and that's not right and that cannot be justified and it's just wrong. I would like to have somebody criticize my action, or my me in that moment so that I'm able to know better. Is it Oprah or Maya Angelou that said, once we know better, we do better?
Yeah.
And as my son will always say, you don't always have to activist everything, mommy. Answer the question.
Not you dragging Mercedes streets. Ladies, sorry, I'm assuming that your
Preferred pronouns.
preferred pronouns. It is.
Yes, she, her, hers, ladies, women,
And like, I've really gotten comfortable with just being called Mercedes because I had to work very hard to be able to, just because a lot is in a name, and especially if you
Yeah.
have to like choose your name, like
Yeah.
maybe Cher or Madonna did, or Top Cherry, or Mercedes or Deyonce. It's important that we're able to also, just celebrate ourselves in
Perfect.
our naming ourselves.
Choose my own name as well.
Yeah. No, I actually.
Yeah, because, like-
But I love mine.
It's important to, I was just saying to Mercedes outside, it's very important for human beings. Validation is the very important thing.
Yeah.
Whether you validate yourself or it's other people validating
Dating
you,
you.
it is a very important part of human interaction. I think.
Yeah.
Even with children, you need to constantly reinforce for them to be able to have that extra level of confidence and be able to feel reassured. So
Yeah.
if you need to do it,
Mm.
choose that name.
Perfect.
That's so
Because
beautiful.
I think one of our biggest advocacies, bodily autonomy as a human being, and being, I think the conversation being around being able to self-identify and not necessarily have society prescribe or have other human beings prescribe on
Dictate
what your life
as
should
well,
be.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's very beautiful.
True.
Yeah, because I had I had a colleague. She was a retired teacher, and she only always used her initials, and she was a grown white lady, beautiful, stunning human being. But if somebody calls a girl Benjamin, I don't know what is going through your mind at that point in time. So it was something that was very interesting, not from a prejudice point of view, because why are girls also not called Benjamin?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. On that note, that was deep. That was so deep. On that note, we have to cut it short. I think our next interview is gonna be just one guest, and then we'll have the whole hour to ourselves. But we have to cut it close right now. And I would like you guys to please plug us, websites, Instagram handles, where people can contact you, and programs and shows and events, whatever that you guys have planned, please. This is your platform.
Oh my gosh, well, the Diversity Alliance in itself is really just growing. I think very dependent on philanthropic support. So it's only now that we're busy setting up our communications. So the websites and our social media are still in design. But at the moment, people can reach directly me at Deyonce Naris, DeyonceNaris89@gmail.com. I'm sure somebody will post it. Miss J, I see you're on there, so please post Deyonce Naris at Diversity Alliance things there on the comments so that people have that email address.
Yeah.
And they are able to reach us directly. Other than that, I can always share my Instagram is Variety with Deyonce. You can also find me on Twitter, Variety with Deyonce. Facebook is Deyonce Cleopatra Naris. And that's where you can reach me, and then we can definitely make sure that you are able to reach all of our partners within the regions. We are everywhere. We do amazing work, and we would love everybody to get involved in the conversation. The 19th of March is when we are doing
Pro-choice.
the pro-choice protest conversations. Mercedes and myself are speakers for that.
From
We
the
are
from the
marching
Karatura
for-
Hospital
Yes.
to UN Plaza.
And that's where we will be speaking on some of that. Then we will be sharing some of our social media content soon, so keep a lookout for that as well. In the next week, we will be gathering quite a lot of our stakeholders, leaders, roundtable discussions, just talking repeal conversations on punitive laws that exist against LGBTI plus people, but also making sure that we are furthering the conversation to make sure that our young girls and women are constantly protected, including other vulnerable communities such as sex workers and persons living with disabilities.
I think it's only fair if if anybody wants to get in touch, they can maybe also perhaps feel free to get in touch with me, Mercedes with a Z at the end. Get it right. Mercedes von Klute, and it's the same for Gmail, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm not on Twitter at the moment. So, yeah, it has been important to be able to have the conversation, and we'll most certainly make sure that everybody continues to be as visible as possible, especially the members of the Diversity Alliance Namibia, and how whoever wants to get involved can and should get involved.
Okay.
So once again, gentlemen, so thank you. Such a big thank you. It's been really wonderful. Although I would have preferred some parts and bits to be edited out, I still enjoy the fullness of it because I also don't want to be identified by just my bits and pieces.
Yes. You guys are always welcome to come back if you have any other programs, any other projects that you want to come share with the rest of Namibia or our audience. Please feel free to contact us again. It's really been a pleasure. And I also want to say thank you to Ashriff. This is his last episode. For now, he might come back. It's up to him.
Don't worry, guys.
It's been a beautiful 4 weeks. I really enjoyed your company. And I really hope you enjoyed yourself as well.
I did.
Great.
Mercedes
And
is back in the Transmissibility Week to co-host. I'm just kidding.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that. I'm doing this thing. I actually want to plug it now. I'm doing this thing where I'm allowing a space for people to come on and share their ideas as well as help me co-host to kind of get a different view on or a different opinion or whatever on the guests that I have. So I was like, I have you on my list, just so you know. So I will be contacting you in future tense for your availability. So yeah.
Just make sure you don't have me at number 10 on the list because we don't know. It's 2022. Girl might be out of here. Seize the moment, as they say.
Great. So Ashriff, before we leave, please plug yourself as well.
Alright guys, I'm Ashriff Fierce. You guys can get me on Instagram at Ashriff__Fierce. On Facebook, that's Ashriff Dominic Fierce. Twitter, I don't really tweet, so I'll just look at your tweets as well.
Yeah.
You guys can check me out on LinkedIn as well for any of your schoolwork, any other work that you want me to do that's not related to my creative work. So just check me out there then.
Great. Thank you. Oh, and I'm Scharlarco. As soon as you spell out SCHAR, you'll see my name on all platforms except Twitter. You can check me out at JHoZeal. We're busy fixing that. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys for coming in. Before I go on, Estimate says, you'll survive without teeth, Scharlarco. Check out Plusnar TV. I'll check out Plusnar TV, but I'm not sure about the teeth thing. Thank you very much. for all of you that tuned in today, I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining in the conversation. Your voice also matters. And yeah, so tune in again next week. We will have new guests. We will have a bit more fun. So stay safe. Mask up, social distance, stay at home if you must, and condomize also.
Stay cool, but don't freeze.
Exactly.
Start again.
Try again.
Just give me a heart, I won't make it break.
Streets are pretty empty.